Just quickly before we sign off, you just reminded me of a somewhat funny story. Do I name the person? After we did the podcast last Thursday? Well, Friday night, I was in this bar, this Irish bar around the corner from the hotel in Brooklyn called O'Hara's. And the staff in there were very friendly. They were very great. And every time I was in there, of course, it was around the corner from the UFC Brooklyn Fighter Hotel. And it was full of coaches, fighters, just everyone from the UFC scene, as I say. O'Hara's Irish bar was right there. You looking it up?
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now. Go ahead.
Yes. So anyway, Friday night, I'm walking in by myself. I thought I'll just sit at the bar, scroll Instagram, whatever. I'll just have a quick nightcap before bed. And I walk in. And as I'm walking in, there was like a gang of UFC types walking in as well. One of them is a fighter in the UFC, a woman. She's a fighter in the UFC, and she walked in with her husband and her teammates, like the whole team. And as I'm approaching the door from this way, they were approaching the door from the other way. And I walked in, and it was the perfect timing. And they were so close to me that I held the door open for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So from the barman's perspective, it looked like we all walked in together. And we sit there at the bar, and they sat at the bar to the right of me, and we get chatting throughout the night. I'm like, hold on, you fight in the UFC? I'm pretty sure I've seen you. She's a woman fighter. She's got blonde hair. And she's like, yeah, it wasn't Paige Van Zandt. And we get chatting. I'm chatting to her and her husband and her whole teammate just about the fights and whatnot, that weekend. Anyway, they leave. They go. And I go to pay my check, and there's an extra $177 on it.
No.
And they'd left without paying their fucking check.
No.
And the people in the bar tried putting it on my fucking tab.
No.
I'm like, hold on a minute. I said, I don't know them people. They said, what do you mean? You were with them all night. You came in here with them. I said, no, I didn't. I just walked in here at the same time they were walking in. I've never met them before in my life. Now, I'm not a cheap person. If we were together, I would happily get the drinks. But I'm like, no, that's the barman's lookout. I'm not paying $177 worth of drinks that I didn't drink. You need to fucking up your security levels, my friend. And Katlyn Chookagian needs to pay her fucking bills.
Katlyn Chookagian.
Katlyn Chookagian and her fucking boyfriend, husband, and her team do not pay their fucking way.
That's fucking hilarious. Katlyn Chookagian, she stepped you with a bill. She competed in the bantamweight division, currently competes in the flyweight division. Ultimate Fighting Championship.
Hey, fair play. Her and her husband tried to stiff me with the bill, which I didn't. I'm not going to take it. But then, listen to this. The barman started making out that I was refusing to pay my bill. You know what I mean? He starts going, well, what do you want to pay for then? I'm like, oh, whoa. I want to pay for my drinks. I'll pay my way. He's like, okay, Mike, whatever you say. I'm like, no. Whatever I drank tonight, and this I was talking to this 66-year-old guy who was a lovely fella, and whatever he drank, I'll pay our tab. Like, okay, Mike, whatever you say. I'm like, no, it's not whatever I say. I don't know them. I'm not with them. I'm not paying their $177 fucking tab. I'll pay my way. And the guy's like, okay, bro, whatever. Like, making out that I bullied my way out of paying their drinks. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Which I didn't appreciate O'Hara's.
The Chookagians, they're slick. They're a slick bunch. I got no problem, by the way, with Katlyn Chookagian and her husband. I respect them for saying, you know what, it's fucking Michael Bisping, rich motherfucker. We heard about his half mansion on his podcast. Stick him with it's $177. It's not that much, to be honest with you. I'm going to be honest with you, Michael. I feel like you look bad here. $177 is not even that much. Shame bell for Michael Bisping.
Yeah, you're right. I should have paid the tab.
Should have paid the tab.
My hard-earned money that I was working. I'm not there in Brooklyn to fucking for free. I'm trying to generate money, Lewis, and paying random people's bills, whether or not she's a UFC flyweight, whether or not they were very nice people, whether or not I walked into that bar with them or not. I ain't paying your fucking drinks, okay? But
thank you. Okay. You'd be embarrassed.
Oh, great stuff. Anyway, I believe that's the end of the show. We will be back on Monday. Thank you for sticking with us this week. We apologize for the infrequency of the shows. We love doing the show. We love what we got here. We built something special. We'll be back in a couple of days. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Talk to you soon.
This one is from Alan Ogden. Hi, guys. Love the podcast. Gets us through some of the long shifts at work. Keep it up. Question is, if you had to pick one person out of the current UFC roster for each other to fight, who would it be and why?
Well, it's funny you ask that because I'm looking out the window right now and I was paying attention, but I can see Lucas next door, and then two other kids, and they're all. It appears that they're playing, but they're definitely fighting. They're pushing each other. They're rolling around on the floor. There may be a gang fight in Anaheim Hills right now between 8-year-olds. I'm just throwing it out there. As long as no one picks up a rake or a shank or a knife or any kind of weapons, I'll let it go on. Okay? Yeah. I'll let it play itself out because in the wild, that's what needs to happen. These days, all the social justice warriors will fucking come out and, scold them and tell them they can't do that. That is how things are settled in the wild. But if we had to pick somebody from the UFC, hold on. If I had to pick somebody from the UFC for Lewis to fight, who would it be and why? Ooh, that's a good question. Lewis, have you got any thoughts to an answer?
Yeah. Paige Van
Go
Zandt.
ahead.
Paige Van Zandt. I want to see you just fucking... Yeah, what am I supposed to say? Paige, she's had it too good for too long. Van Zandt versus Bisping, catch weight, 160 pounds. She's gonna put on some weight.
Fuck that bitch. Let's go.
How would you end it? How would it go? Give me your prediction, Michael Bisping. You're fighting Paige Van Zandt. Main event.
Tell you this.
ESPN.
I'll tell you a little story. When I was doing Japanese jiu-jitsu when I was a kid.
Oh boy. Oh no.
There was this girl called Diane, and she was
there
nice,
was
sweet
this
girl.
She was.
No, there was a girl called Diane, and she was really nice. She was a big girl. But they matched us up against one another, and we were sparring. And they said, "You gotta go. You gotta, And I'm like, what, against the girl? And they're like, yeah, don't worry. She's a green belt. You're a white belt. She's bigger than you. She's older than you. Don't worry. She can take it. And I'm like, really? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, all right. Well, I'm not letting some motherfucker make a name off my back. Boom. Kicked her in the body. She fell on her knees and started crying her eyes out. And I felt so bad. I was like, oh my God. I was only like 10. She was about 15. Do you know what I mean? So they're like, don't worry about her. She's good. I'm like, all right, well, if we're doing this, we're doing this. So listen, if it's me versus Paige Van Zandt, and that's what it's coming down to, Lewis, it's kill or be killed.
That's it.
To the victor go the spoils.
Do you think she's going to hold back?
She ain't going to hold back shit.
Nope.
That's why I don't spar with Cyborg down at the gym. I don't. There was that video doing the rounds recently where it looks like she's beating me up. That was actually a birthday video message I sent to Vin Diesel. There's a proper name drop for you. But I don't like sparring with women because they just go off on you full bore. And, they got technique. They got some power. They can hit and connect with you. What do? You can't hit them back. So I'm like, nah, let's just do this. I'll spar with my own kind.
Did you see Mike Perry dropping his girlfriend with a body shot?
I did. I didn't make too much out of that. I mean,
I like him.
What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Fuck that, dude. She's hardcore. Anybody who's hating on that, let me tell you something. That bitch, she likes to get freaky with Mike Perry. That's their own version of foreplay. Whatever they're doing, they're training, they're getting into it. He dropped her with a body shot. She fucked, dude. It was so hard. It was hilarious. But look, if a woman wants to train, that's going to make her way fucking better. That simple as that. Like, you training with a woman isn't going to really do much for you. I can't compare it to much, but I compare it to Fortnite, right? If I want to practice Fortnite and I'm playing playgrounds, I got to play with people that are sort of on my level or better than me. Playing people that are below me, that's not going to help nobody,
Yeah, no, for sure. It's like I always say, you're only as good as the people that you train with. And it's lovely that you just showed your complete, don't ever liken the two of us together. You compared it to Fortnite. Yep. I compare it to real life. You're only as good as the people that you train with. Oh, in Fortnite, yeah, you got to go on whatever that level was that you called it. I don't even know what it was. But today's show is sponsored by HeshiSocks.com, the most comfortable kick-ass fashion socks for work or for play. I've learned from wearing these socks that dress shoes are comfortable. You just need the right socks. If you're wearing typical socks, they provide no protection at all, causing your feet to hurt. Trust me, Heshi socks are like pillows for your feet. So if you're wearing nice shoes, or your feet hurt, you need Heshi socks. Now, All Heshy socks are cushioned in the footbed, the heel, and the toe. They provide maximum comfort. They have arch support in the center of the foot. They are made with high-end Pima cotton. P-I-M-A, Pima is super soft cotton. It is highly breathable and absorbent for your feet and sweat. They are also antimicrobial, kills the bacteria and keeps your feet from stinking, Lewis. Of course, they offer them in a variety of styles, basics, fashion socks, you name it, they've got you covered. So, you want good socks? You want comfortable feet? You want stylish socks? HeshySocks.com has you covered. Go to H-E-S-H-I, HeshySocks.com, and they are crazy comfortable, and we got a crazy deal for you. Use the promo code BELIEVE30. You will get 30% off. HeshySocks.com, promo code BELIEVE30, 30% off.